What is up, guys? RSC6414 back on YouTube once again. It's been a week and a half maybe since I've uploaded. I apologize. The Internet Explorer would not load for some reason. I took a chance again yesterday. It finally came up, so we'll see if it works. It just kind of depends. Occasionally it won't, occasionally it will. Just got a crappy computer and a crappy internet connection. But enough of that part. I apologize, and I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. I hope you all enjoy yourselves with family, etc. Stuffing yourself with turkey, ham, like I will. I will definitely be stuffing myself with turkey, ham, dressing, mashed potatoes, macaroni, whatever you want to do, whatever you eat. Have fun eating it and have fun being around family. And yeah, that's the let me go ahead and get to my NFL Week 13 picks. Yes, we are already at Week 13. It's hard to believe, but we have gotten that far so far. And the good news is 3 games tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day. It's always a tradition for me and my family to watch NFL on Thanksgiving, as well as many other families. So this is always kind of my favorite time of year for NFL, the regular season. The first game we have is Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. They always have a Thanksgiving traditional game in Detroit, as well as Dallas, which will be the 4:30 game. This game's at 12:30, by the way. Green Bay will be starting Matt Flynn. The Packers announced because Aaron Rodgers is still a no-go after his injury. Detroit took a tough loss last week to Tampa Bay. Surprising to a lot of people, but Stafford threw 4 picks. Not a very good game for him. And yeah, so the Lions are 6-5 this year. They really needed that win, I thought, over the Bucks. The Packers are still in the hunt. The Bears are still in the hunt. So this is a big game for the Lions and the Packers as well. Matt Flynn's a decent backup, but he's gone from team to team. So we'll see what happens. They tied, Green Bay did, with Minnesota last week, 26-26. So this is big for them. But yeah, Detroit 6-5, Green Bay's 5-5-1. So yeah, my pick though, I think Detroit's gonna win. The people will be all pumped up. It's Thanksgiving. The fans will. That is, the players will. It's a tradition in Detroit. I think they're gonna take this one home and take the win. They haven't won a game in a while on Thanksgiving, but I think this year will be the year Detroit picks up their win. So my pick, the Detroit Lions, to pick up the victory over the Green Bay Packers. The next game we have is the Oakland Raiders at the Dallas Cowboys, 4:30 game, another tradition for Dallas. They always have the 4:30 game in Dallas. This year it should be interesting. 2 old throwback teams, Oakland and Dallas. They've been around for a while, so they'll be going at it. Oakland is 4-7. You may think, wow, there's no chance for them to make the playoffs, but think again, because 5-6 is the wild card in the AFC. Oakland picks up the win here, they could be in the hunt. So Oakland's 4-7. The Dallas Cowboys are 6-5, tied atop the NFC East. Last week, the Oakland Raiders, I think they lost to somebody. I can't exactly remember who they lost to be honest, off the top of my head. But I know they did lose. And then you have the Dallas Cowboys, who beat the New York Giants last week on Sunday Night Football. They picked up a big win there. So I want to say the Raiders had a bye, if I'm not mistaken. I could see Oakland pulling off a win here. As much as I'd like to see Oakland win, they're a cool team to watch, in my opinion. Terrell Pryor's a fun quarterback. Denarius Moore's a pretty explosive wide receiver. Darren McFadden, DMC, Run DMC, that is. It should be good. So my pick, though, the Dallas Cowboys to pick up the win at home over the Oakland Raiders. The next game we have on the schedule, a rivalry game, one that probably most people are looking forward to the most. The game I'm actually most looking forward to the most tomorrow is Oakland and Dallas. But this game, Thursday, tomorrow night, Thanksgiving night, Pittsburgh at Baltimore, rivalry game, 8:30, NBC, prime time. This is a big game for both teams. The Ravens picked up the win last week, 19-3 over the Jets. And the Pittsburgh Steelers beat their other rival, the Cleveland Browns, my team, 27-11. Unfortunately, screw the Steelers. And same with the Ravens, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of either one. But no offense to you Raven or Steelers fans. But this should be a good game. Always like the rivalry games. Pittsburgh is 5-6. Baltimore is 5-6, tied for second in the AFC North. Still alive in the playoff picture with wild card. But it's in Baltimore. Pittsburgh already beat Baltimore once this year, 19-16 in Pittsburgh. But I think Baltimore is going to bounce back and take it, and they're going to split the season series. So my pick, the Baltimore Ravens, and probably the best game of the night on paper. We will see. But I'm definitely looking forward to Oakland and Dallas the most. For me, that's the game I'm looking forward to most tomorrow. So yeah, it's the Thanksgiving Day games. Now we go to the Sunday games of NFL Week 13. The first game of Week 13, on Sunday that is, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the red-hot Carolina Panthers. Shout out to my boy, Dave the Wave, 1994 on YouTube. He's a big Panthers fan, so shout out to him. Panthers are doing well this year. I'm sure he's happy. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 3-8 this year. They picked up, pretty sure, 3 straight wins, so they're on a win streak. Where was this? I don't know. I guess they have nothing to lose. Why win now? You got no shot at 3-8. Well, whatever. Panthers 8-3, second place in the NFC South. They have a wild card spot at the moment. The Panthers have picked up 7 straight wins. They beat my Miami Dolphins last week, 20-16. Too much to my dismay, but you got to give the Panthers the credit that they deserve. They've played hard, they've played tough, and they keep bouncing back when I don't think they're going to win. Tampa Bay is playing in Carolina. I think the Panthers are going to keep their red-hot streak alive. My pick, Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers and Luke Kuechly in the defense will shut down the Buccaneers, and the Carolina Panthers will win and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So my pick, Carolina. The next game, Sunday, 1 o'clock, Jacksonville Jaguars at my Cleveland Browns. Cleveland, not looking good for us. We are 4-7. We've still got somewhat of a shot if we can win some games. With Brandon Weeden, it's hard to win anything. Jacksonville picked up a win last week in Houston, 13-6. But Jacksonville, most of you know, a lot of people, they're 2-9 along with the Texans. Cleveland, like I said, 4-7, lost last week, 27-11 to the Steelers. Campbell's out with a concussion, so Weeden will get the start once again for the Cleveland Browns. It's in Cleveland, but it's up for grabs, to be honest. Chad Henne and Brandon Weeden, neither one of them are very good. It's kind of like which quarterback will play worse, and whoever's team plays worse will get the win. But, you know, what the heck. I'm picking the Cleveland Browns, my Brownies, to get... that may have sounded pretty weird, but Cleveland Browns pick up the win. My Browns, Browns Nation, baby. The dog pound. Cleveland Browns pick up the win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. So my pick, Cleveland. The next game, Sunday, 1 o'clock, New England Patriots at the Houston Texans. Tom Brady and the Patriots picked up a big win over the Broncos, 34-31 in overtime, coming back down 21-0. Probably one of the best games of the year. 8-3 Patriots atop the AFC East. Houston 2-9 last in the AFC South. This game is very lopsided. Therefore, I'm picking the New England Patriots to win, regardless if Houston's at home. If they can't beat the Jaguars, I don't see how they're going to beat the Patriots. So my pick, simple, New England. The next game, Tennessee at Indianapolis. Sunday at 1 o'clock again. Tennessee lost a tough one Thursday Night Football, if you remember, a couple weeks ago to Indianapolis, 30-27 in Tennessee. Tennessee's playing at Indianapolis. Tennessee right now is in the playoffs, so regardless of their 5-6 record. According to the wild card on ESPN, they're in wild card right now. But they're playing at Indianapolis. Therefore, I think it's at Indianapolis. Jim Irsay said that on Twitter that their team's not playing well. He wants them to play better. I think that's going to motivate Indianapolis. They're going to show Jim Irsay, the owner, or the GM, I should say, that they're going to win. And I think they are going to bounce back after their big loss to Arizona last week. I think Indianapolis will beat the Tennessee Titans. So my pick, the Indianapolis Colts to pick up the win. The next game, Chicago Bears, the Bears, at the Minnesota Vikings, Sunday at 1 o'clock. Chicago is 6-5, and Minnesota 2-8-1 after their tie with Green Bay last week. The Chicago Bears lost to the St. Louis Rams last week, 42-21. Color will be back this week again. I think it's at Minnesota, though. You could debate what's going to happen. I'm picking Minnesota to pick up the win over Chicago here at home. Chicago's not looking very good the past couple of games, and I think, therefore, the Chicago Bears will lose this game, and I think my pick, the Minnesota Vikings, will win this game. So my pick, Minnesota. The next game, my other team, yes, I have Browns, Dolphins, and Saints are my teams. 3 teams, Dolphins, Browns, Saints, like I just said. My other team, my favorite team, the Dolphins, going up against the New York Jets in New York, Sunday 1 o'clock still. I'd like the Dolphins to pick up this win. We really need this win. We're 5-6, excuse me. About ate it on this desk right here. My head about smashed into it. But yeah, I think this game should be good. I hope the Dolphins can win. It's in New York. We're 5-6, tied for second with the Jets. We need this win. So my pick, I think we're going to bounce back over our rough loss against Carolina last week, 23-20. We lost. The Jets lost 19-3 to the Ravens. I think my Dolphins are going to pick up the win over the Jets. So my pick, my Miami Dolphins. The next game, Sunday, 1 o'clock, Arizona Cardinals. They're having a pretty dang good year, quietly. The Cardinals are 7, and I think they're 8-3 actually at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. Those 7-4. They're playing in Philadelphia. Nick Foles is getting the start for the rest of the year. The Eagles announced yesterday. It's in Philly. I think Philadelphia is going to win this game. So my pick, the Philadelphia Eagles to beat the red-hot Arizona Cardinals. So I think the Philadelphia will win this game. Starting the 4 o'clock game, Sunday 4:05, Atlanta at Buffalo. Atlanta's had a very disappointing year. They are 2-9, really disappointing. And you've got the Buffalo Bills at 4-7. Both these teams are last. Buffalo's last in the AFC East. Atlanta's last in the NFC South. I think it's at Buffalo. I think that Atlanta will win this game, though. So my pick, the Atlanta Falcons to beat the Buffalo Bills. The next game, St. Louis at San Francisco. Rivalry game, Sunday 4:05 still. St. Louis is played pretty well the past couple games, beating the Colts and beating the Bears. St. Louis is 5-6. They've still got a shot. San Francisco 7-4 right now in the NFC West. This is a big game for St. Louis and San Francisco. It's at San Francisco, so my pick, I think Colin Kaepernick, the San Francisco fans are going to push San Francisco 49ers to the victory. So my pick, the San Francisco 49ers. The next game, Sunday 4:25, Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. This game should be pretty good. If you remember, Kansas City got their first loss to Denver 2 weeks ago, 27-17. Denver lost a rough one last week, 34-31 to the Patriots after blowing a 24-zip lead. And the Chiefs lost a tough one last week to the Chargers, 41-38. They're playing in Kansas City. However, I think Denver is the better team overall. So my pick, I think the Denver Broncos will knock off the Kansas City Chiefs, hand the Chiefs their third straight loss. But I could see Kansas City winning. This is kind of a toss-up, but I'm picking, my pick, the Denver Broncos. And the final 425 game for